Hello everyone, hope you're having a great Jurassic day. Today is the day we are going to be analyzing and breaking down the Jurassic World Rebirth trailer. A lot of juicy stuff in this trailer, a lot of interesting stuff, and maybe stuff that you quite didn't really see. So, let's dive in. We open up on a museum which is closing down their dinosaur attraction. Because now in the Jurassic World universe, dinosaurs have lost some of their popularity, which I'm gonna be honest with you, that's insane. How can you be, bored of dinosaurs? But oh well. We see this T-Rex skeleton and the same banner from the first Jurassic Park movie when dinosaurs ruled the earth. Now, this is not the same banner from the same movie. They did not go back to Isla Nublar to get it because, first of all, it's all dirty now, and I'm pretty sure it's all destroyed because if you watch Camp Cretaceous Season 3, you know why. But yeah, that's not the same banner. They replicated it really well, I might add. And there is a fan theory saying that this T-Rex fossil is Rexy. Yes, Rexy. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think this theory is fake. I'm not gonna believe it just because, yeah, this movie does take place in the future in 2028, but it's the first Jurassic Park movie that doesn't take place the year it's released. That's really interesting. So yeah, it does take place a couple years into the future. But yeah, I highly doubt this is Rexy. Then we get introduced to our main characters. Scarlett Johansson is playing Zora Bennett. And Jonathan Bailey is playing a paleontologist by the name of Dr. Henry Loomis. So the main plot and story is that our characters are going to have to go and get DNA samples for a life-saving cure for human heart disease. Yes, that is the official plot synopsis, and they have to get these DNA samples from the three largest dinosaurs, which include the Titanosaurus, the Mosasaurus, and the Quetzalcoatlus. If you're a dinosaur nerd like me, yeah, Mosasaurus and Quetzalcoatlus aren't dinosaurs. One is a marine ancient reptile, and the other one is an ancient flying reptile. We get to see this beautiful, and I mean beautiful, full shot of the Titanosauruses. We got two here, and I think it's been confirmed that these are the largest sauropods in the Jurassic World universe, which that is impressive because I thought the Dreadnoughtus was enormous. And back when I was little, I thought the Brachiosaurus was the biggest thing on earth. But no, it's the Titanosaurus, and they are really beautiful looking. I love the white stripes they have, this dark orange color, and these little fins they have on their head and back. Really nice. Also, they have some really long tails, which helps them because those are their weapons. If any predator tries to attack them, they just whip them. That's pretty cool. So I wonder if these Titanosauruses are going to cause a threat to our main protagonist, because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really like the depiction of sauropods being gentle, friendly giants. No, I feel like if you really make one of them mad, they will kill you. And maybe our characters are going to have to maneuver around, try not to get whipped by their tails. The next shot that we see are these giant canyons and cliffs covered in fog. And I'm pretty sure this is the Quetzalcoatlus flying through them, which, wow, this is really cool imagery. It's giving me vibes of the aviary scene from Jurassic Park 3, which is one of my favorite scenes of the whole franchise. So yeah, I like this vibe. Moving on, we do see that the logo has changed, which I really like that. I liked when they did that with Dominion with all the amber, so I like that here. And then we got this shot of our characters meeting Mahershala Ali's character, Duncan Kincaid, which I gotta say, that's a funny name to say. I keep saying that a lot, like, Duncan Kincaid. I don't know, it just has that ring to it. And they need his help because, well, he's their guy that can get them in and out of places that they shouldn't really go to. We see them heading off to a boat near Barbados where there is this mysterious island, which we do get a shot of. And this other shot of the fence with the same 10,000 volts sign from the first Jurassic Park movie. Okay, this is where it gets a little bit confusing. Now we enter this island and we see that there's this abandoned laboratory with all these dinosaurs and embryos, and Zora Bennett claims that this was the original laboratory where they made the dinosaurs for the first Jurassic Park, all the way back in 1993. Okay, then when I first saw the trailer, this didn't come to my mind, but yeah, now looking at it and hearing it, how is this possible? Wasn't Site B, Isla Sorna, the original place where the dinosaurs were made and then sent off to Isla Nublar, Site A? either this is Site C, which is kind of not confirmed to be in the canon yet, but it could be with this new island, or this is a whole new other island. Okay, I haven't heard the rumors of this, but I'm pretty sure maybe some people might start it, maybe saying that this is Manticorp Island. This is not Manticorp Island, okay? Do not say that. That island is a whole different mess. And honestly, man, the campers should have gone to Site B. Would have been way better for the lore and the canon. But yeah, we do see some really messed up dinosaurs in these tubes with fluid. We see this weird looking deformed embryo and this velociraptor inside of this tube, which is giving me Chaos Theory Season 2 vibes. And if you look really closely on this velociraptor, not only does it look like the velociraptors from the Lost World, the tiger striped ones, but if you really look closely, I think this velociraptor has 2 heads. So yeah, these are definitely mutations in the dinosaurs. We see our characters looking up at these giant, enormous, but breathtaking cliffs, which they need to get a DNA sample from a Quetzalcoatlus. You gotta be asking, how are they gonna do that? Well, they gotta go get a sample from an egg in the nest. And yes, these Quetzalcoatluses are a new variant, which they're really nice looking. I think I prefer this design over the Dominion design. And yes, these Quetzalcoatlus are a bit more smaller than the Dominion Quetzal. So I don't know why they're a little bit more smaller, but hey, they're still pretty big compared to humans. And they're cool and terrifying. I really like their design. We got these little blue hints in their feathers. They have like these little quills sticking out, and their beaks do resemble hornbills. Anyways, our characters are trying to get a sample, which the mama Quetzalcoatlus comes in, sees that they're messing with her egg, and well, obviously is not happy, so she tries to attack. And yeah, Jonathan Bailey's character almost dies, but luckily Scarlett Johansson does save him, so that's good. Next, we get some really more cool shots of our characters and Duncan Kincaid, Mahershala Ali's character, holding a flare at night. And then Jonathan Bailey's character says that these dinosaurs were too dangerous for the original Jurassic Park. Now, this is going to come back in a bit, and I'll explain it to you guys. Then we see these other characters, which are going to be joining our main cast in this adventure, because it is confirmed that there's going to be a family that do get attacked by dinosaurs. You'll see which ones in a bit, and they'll be joining forces with our main cast to survive and get off this island. Anyways, this guy tells Jonathan Bailey's character, says, please don't tell me that's a raptor. And we get this really familiar shot of these raptor toes on the ground, and well, Henry Loomis says they're raptors. This is basically a reference to the first Jurassic Park with the scenes of the raptors in the kitchen tapping their toe claws and everything. This looks really cool, but this raptor does look white. But we did hear that the raptors, by leaks, that they were going to be looking more like the Isla Sorna raptors, but looking more like the ones from JP3, which in my opinion are the best designed raptors in the whole franchise. I really love them. Their quills, even the females, like they're white. I mean, that's really nice. Then we get the part where we meet the villain of this movie. Now, we don't see him fully in this one shot, but we do see his ginormous gorilla mutated hand coming out of the fog. That is terrifying, I'm not gonna lie. We do get a better look at it in this shot with Duncan Kincaid holding a flare, trying to lure it off from everyone else. And this is the mutant dinosaur villain, also known as the D-Rex. When I first heard about the plot leaks and rumors that we were going to be getting a 4-armed mutated dinosaur, I kind of did not believe it. And I wasn't really against the whole idea. If done right, it could be one of the best villains in the franchise, like the Indominus or the Spinosaurus or the Indoraptor. But if done wrong or executed poorly, it could be one of the worst, like the Giga. But it's looking like they're really treating this guy as a really big threat. And this dinosaur is really scary looking. Gareth Edwards, the director of this film, said that the inspiration for this dinosaur came from xenomorphs, the Rancor from Star Wars, and a little bit of T-Rex in there, which I can see the little bit of T-Rex in like the mouth area, and xenomorph on the head, and Rancor on the big bulky arms. And yes, I'm going to talk about this mutated freak in a separate video, so stay tuned for that. Overall, I'm loving that this is the villain, and yes, he looks terrifying. We see this Jeep busting through a fence. Next, we see our characters going through, I'm pretty sure this area is connected to the lab in some way. This is really giving me alien vibes. And There is another plot leak and rumor out there saying that this movie will also have another mutated dinosaur, which is going to be a velociraptor looking like a xenomorph. I'm not sure if this one is true, but if it is, I don't mind seeing it. I would actually want to see it. I think this is going to be true because we do see Zora Bennett shooting at something in that area, and we know that it can't be the D-Rex or a large carnivore because they can't fit in there. So it could be that xenomorph mutated raptor. Then this scene really surprised me. We are getting the return of the Dilophosaurus. Finally. Listen, I like the return of the Dilophosaurus in Dominion, but I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, the animatronics used in that shot, especially when they kill Lewis Dodgson, was just, oh my gosh, man, they looked so stiff. But it looks like they're finally gonna get the justice they deserve in Rebirth. Next, we see a really scary shot of the D-Rex. Finally, we do get to see it a little bit more better. Looking a little bit closer at the D-Rex, we do see that it does have those tiny T-Rex arms still attached to it. So yeah, this dinosaur is going to have 4 arms, 2 giant large ones and 2 tiny ones. And yeah, this thing just looks so terrifying. I'm going to be honest with you, this dinosaur maybe isn't as smart as the Indominus, but looks wise, this thing is more terrifying than the Indominus. And also, I do want to get another point out there. This is not a hybrid dinosaur. This is a mutated dinosaur. Basically, think about it like this. The way scientists created dinosaurs in the Jurassic Park universe is that, yes, these dinosaurs were extracted from mosquito DNA, trapped in amber millions of years old. So, some of their DNA wasn't fully complete. They needed to fill in the gaps. So, they used monitor lizard DNA, which Blue does have. That's how she was able to have beta, because monitor lizards can reproduce asexually, meaning they don't need to mate to have a baby. Also, they used toads and frogs and a whole bunch of other reptiles. So, of course, mistakes, or I should say mutations, were bound to happen at some point. Now, this D-Rex is a perfect example of what happens when splicing DNA and creating a dinosaur goes horribly wrong. This thing is not a hybrid. It is a horribly experimented, mutated dinosaur. And yeah, I mean, come on, you're telling me in the years since Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, these scientists weren't going to mess up and create abominations? Well, now we have the D-Rex, a mutated freak created by InGen scientists. Now we get to see this really cool scene where we finally know which part they're adapting from the Michael Crichton Jurassic Park novel, which they've always wanted to do for years, and that is the T-Rex river raft scene. If you don't know, in the original Jurassic Park novel, there's a scene where Alan Grant, Lex, and Tim try to escape a sleeping T-Rex by going on a raft in a river. And let's just say the T-Rex realizes that they're on the raft and actually goes after them, swimming and trying to eat them. So Steven Spielberg did want that scene to be in the original Jurassic Park, but since CGI was still new at the time, you know, they couldn't really make the scene how they wanted it to. And finally, we're getting it here, and it looks freaking awesome and scary at the same time. I mean, imagine you're on a river raft and you see a T-Rex sleeping on the, you know, edge of the river, and you're like, well, at least it can't swim. And then the T-Rex just goes in and swims after you. Oh no, I don't know what I would do, to be honest. Then we get this awesome scene where, I know I keep saying awesome and sick and cool and interesting, but I'm just being so honest with you guys. Everything about this movie so far is just looking amazing, where we see 3 Spinosauruses and the new Mosasaurus, and Dr. Henry Loomis says that these Spinosauruses are helping the Mosasaurus hunt. What? Okay, either they got a symbiotic relationship going on, or either the Mosasaurus is letting the Spinosaurus kill the prey, and after the Spinosaurus are done eating, the Mosasaurus eats the scraps. I don't really know if that's what they're doing, but alright. And we do see the family that they do rescue in this scene, and we see the Spinosaurus jump up trying to attack our characters, and yes, having a closer look, this is not the same Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3, nor is it the same design. These Spinosauruses are a different variant. And these Spinosauruses, yes, I'm not gonna lie, their designs, in my opinion, I do like them, but I'm always gonna love the JP3 Spinosaurus way more. That design is just superior. But these ones are a little bit more scientifically accurate. They got really thick necks, and they got those really nice sails, right? And looking at this official toy reveal, yeah, it looks like they're gonna have a little shorter legs and a really fin-like tail, which is really scientifically accurate. So yes, they attack, and then we get this final shot of the Mosasaurus breaching out of the water like a whale, and we can definitely see that this is not the same Mosasaurus that we were seeing in the Jurassic World trilogy. This is a different Mosasaurus, which has a more green and white pattern on it. I really like how this guy looks, okay? I really do. And that's where the trailer ends, and we get the beautiful logo, Jurassic World Rebirth. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had a really fun time breaking this trailer down for you guys. And don't worry, because I'm going to keep posting more Jurassic World Rebirth videos. I got a video on the D-Rex coming up. I got a video on all species confirmed in this movie to see, and way more. So please, like I said, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. God bless you all, and be safe.